Hi, hello, welcome to Making Shit with Live, powered by BNI. I am super pumped about this episode because we are going to be talking with the person who has been helping me develop videos for BNI in Northern Alabama. He is an absolute expert at what he does, and so I can't wait for you to not only learn a few great tips and techniques, but also really understand how video can really be important for your business. So let's get started. And as you know, you can catch us live every Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time on all social media channels. And then also be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube so that you can get notifications for our re-recordings as well. With that, Lucas, thank you so much for being here.
Well, here, let me
Oh boy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. And you're on. So first, tell everyone a little bit about your business and what it is and why you got started, because I love your story.
Okay, yeah. What it is, why I got started. Well, so my business is video production. I'm Skylar Scott. I own and operate Skylar Scott Studios, and we produce videos. We produce content. Yeah, and really, it's predominantly like brand, commercial, that sort of stuff. But I really, I'm passionate about filmmaking, everything filmmaking. So we kind of get involved in that sort of stuff too. You know, any chance that, and I say we, and I mean me, right? Like I'm at Skylar Scott Studios, Skylar Scott. If you didn't make the connection, now you did.
Love it.
But I love filmmaking, and I don't know. I saw an opportunity to sort of bring high quality content production and content creation at a local level to more people, and I was like, can be real. And I've always sort of like tried to be in front of the camera. I'm sort of like a amateur actor or something like that, a personality or whatever. So I get a lot of energy from it, and I saw an opportunity to say, hey, like there's I guess I approach things from a systematic and sort of a standardization way, and thought, okay, if we do these things these ways, we can consistently get high quality video that sounds good and looks good, and we can put it out there and share messages.
What is the importance of video for a business in general?
What is the importance of video for a business in general? Well, I would say certainly for a local business, right? Or maybe it's not local, but a small business. I think that anyone running a small business knows that, you are at the center of your business, right? Like best case scenario, you are meeting with your clients, talking to them, or your, fans or audience or whatever, in terms of like digital clients, right? You're there doing it with them, but you can only meet with so many people, right, at one time. Whereas with video, you can have mass exposure, right? You can be creating those kind of connections and be educating and teaching or selling or following up and doing all of those things. So it's sort of like it's like a multiplier. It's a digital we got a new idea. It's digital multiplication. You can be in front of more people.
Absolutely. And that I saw that happen in real life by accident. So for the audience, in my previous life, I was the director of global training for BNI, and I had zero budget for creative. So if I needed a video, guess who was the actor in the video? And even if it was like a terrible weekly presentation, I was it. And the number of people post all of that being given to BNI members, they were shocked at I was shocked at how much they felt like they knew me and they liked me because of just that exposure. And I forget that that exists. But it's really, it does help them really get to know you.
It's the first part, right? Is VSP, right? Right?
Yeah,
Or
visibility, credibility, profitability. Yep.
VCP,
Yeah.
visibility.
Yeah.
Hello, like it's
Yeah.
there, and not only that, but like for a long time it was, hey, you've got to be posting high quality images. Well, with video, you also have sound, so you can be communicating that message visually and also audibly, which is
Yeah.
obviously more impactful.
Absolutely. So, what are some strategies that you recommend your clients take to build in video and actually build in video? And then why work with you to make that happen? And I'll do some little additions because I know why I worked with you as well.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've worked together.
Yeah.
Um, some strategies for building video into your business or into your marketing plan. I would say that I think that if you're a solopreneur, then it's going to be about accepting that your personal brand and your brand of business is kind of intertwined, and that's okay, and share that every chance that you get. In fact, you want to probably, I would say, start by thinking about it from an organizational standpoint. Where is a place, a bucket, right? A digital bucket, a folder, maybe Google Drive or something, where I can be dropping stuff that I'm capturing along the way. I was actually developing a training program. It's not available, so don't ask, but I was working on it, and it was create content from your life, right? So you're a printer, maybe hypothetically, and you're doing a printing job. We capture something, get a selfie while you're pulling the press. I'm not a printer, so I don't know, but this is like my perception of it. You're pulling the press, selfie, right? Doing a cool printing job. And not only is that a great chance to capture a piece of content, right? Which, by the way, in this day and age, everyone's got it. Hello, you can edit on this thing if you need to. But you're also having an opportunity then, if you're doing business with somebody, to tag them. You're tapping their audience too. I just printed 25 hats for Megan Chitwood. Tag Megan Chitwood in this thing. So a place to dump your content, to at least be holding it while you figure out, some kind of a strategy, because just because you did this printing job last year doesn't mean that that content is not going to be shareable now. That would be, I'd say, the first piece. So you can just start having something. And if you are running a bigger operation with other people, then start building it into your culture, that you want the people involved, your team members, right? These are people you're vetting and you're spending time developing them and grooming them. Build it into that culture that you want them to share about their experience at work. You're going to do this thing. Are you excited? Are you nervous? Are you scared? You work at, like, I don't know, an HVAC company, and you go and pull the shell off of this air conditioner, and it's filled with squirrels have been hiding nuts in there for years. Take a picture of that or make a little video and encourage that. I think that would be probably, those are good things to do. And then you said, and why work with me?
Yeah.
I think the best part about working with somebody who does video production professionally is you don't have to think about all the little pieces. You can pay someone else to do that. I mean, we do it in our businesses already in so many ways, right? Like, whether you don't want to deal with it or don't know how to deal with it, and maybe you're at a level where it's like it doesn't make sense financially to deal with it. Maybe you can and you sort of like it, but you just make a lot of money doing this other activity. Have someone else handle it for you, right? And specifically me, well, I like to think that I'm fun to work with, and and make the experience a positive and wonderful experience. I do. People ask, "Hey, are you a videographer?" Frequently, "Hey, I need a videographer," and that is one piece of it, right? Like camera operator, manage a camera, I can do that. I'm very good at it, but really, I'm a video producer, and what that means is I say, "Great, what ideas do you have?" "Oh, you don't have any ideas?" "Okay, no problem. Here's what ideas I have based on your logo. You gave me a logo. Okay, here's the ideas that I'm getting from this. Here's what I'm visualizing, and here's what it's going to take. Here's the location. Here's the talent. Here's the props. Here's the equipment we're going to need. Here's the day that it's going to happen." "Well, what do I need to do, Lucas?" "Show up. There will be coffee for you to drink. Sit down, read the teleprompter, or if you're not doing teleprompter type stuff, if that's not maybe that's not your vibe, we'll just have a conversation, and I'll just coach you through it, because I'll be there to direct it. And then we'll process it out and say, hey, a video, look at you."
So I want to reinforce 2 points. One, it is very much like hiring an accountant, right? I'm not an expert in accounting or bookkeeping, thus I need to hire a professional to do it. Same thing. I attempted to start doing video myself. The editing time, like I can promise you, Lucas can edit probably 100 times faster than I can edit. So then you're ending up taking up that much time trying to do that thing. And so once you get your business to a point where you're successful enough to be able to afford outsourcing, just like accounting, it does save you a ton of time if you've got someone else. The second thing that I think is amazing about what you do is most of the time when we talk about what we do ourselves, it becomes one of those things where we talk jargon. We're talking about a specificity that makes us look awesome because we're so smart at what we do. But what you really need is someone who's an outside perspective to say, that point is really interesting. That point is not so interesting. And then what you did with me a lot was, let's try it this way, or how about that way? I think this is what you're trying to say. What if you said it that way? And being able to be really directed through it is really key and important, I think, too.
Yeah, I tend to, I guess it's kind of like projection bias in a way. Like I sort of look at things and say, yeah, it's all included. And that doesn't really mean anything to people who don't know what that means. I mean, they're like, okay, so you're going to make a video. Yeah, we'll make a video. It's 2 steps. You film it, you edit, you're done. Done your video. But there are a lot of nitty gritty aspects, and one of the aspects that I really probably should lean more into from a sales standpoint and an education standpoint is that I direct all of the content that we produce, and that doesn't just mean say the line into this is the lens, say like I take time to understand the messaging, and also if you've worked with me, you probably know I'm not scared. I'm there to take care of you and get your message out, and not necessarily, I'm not going to be nice about that. Okay. So if it's not working, if I'm not hearing what I need to hear, if it's not clear to me, then we're going to work this out until we get to a place where we're now flowing and delivering a good message that's receivable by as many people as possible and is going to be effective in getting your message across. So
yeah, absolutely. So I want to tell about my experience working with you, if that's okay. A little mini testimonial
okay.
of it. So what Lucas and I did, and hop in and interrupt me at any point with, he came
like this
with me for an entire day. So we prepped by getting, what do you want to say? So we actually did teleprompt most of it. I shouldn't tell everybody that because I don't want them to, I guess, well, whatever. It doesn't sound teleprompted. That's
nobody. So if you think that, and people think this, that when they first call, they're like, oh, I got this. I'll just talk through it. I know my business. Okay, you might be a fantastic plumber, but you're not fantastic on camera, most likely. And if you are, great. But if you're not, that's okay. It's okay. We've got the teleprompter, and it'll.
Yeah, I could do a minute to 30 to 90 seconds ad hoc. But yeah, when it got to, we had very specific content that we wanted to deliver in a really specific way. So we prepped all of that. Makeup, lighting, the whole shebang. All I had to do was show up, and I'd show up in an outfit that was appropriate, and the rest of it was kind of taken care of. And it was fun. We went, like I said, and we had content for the entire year, basically by the end of that day, because we just planned it out very, very well. And Lucas helps with that planning piece as well. And that's really the ideal for you, right? That's really the way you like.
That's the only way. That's the only way.
And why is that the only way instead of trying to do it?
Because it just, so, if you've ever tried to do your own video production, then you know how much time it takes and energy and mental space it takes to sit down and be like, okay, I'm going to make a video now. And now you're sitting there and you've done all of the pre-stuff and you've done all of the writing for this video. And it's going to be a great 2-minute video, right? All finished and done 2 minutes. And you've set up all of the lights and you've tested your audio. There was a problem. You fixed it. Okay, great. And now everything's ready to go and you roll camera, but you got to switch a battery and get a plug and get a tripod. And it's all set up. So an hour later, you're ready to roll. And you roll and you do 2 or 3 takes and you get it. That setup time, that planning, that energy to block your schedule is so expensive that it doesn't make sense to get only one piece of content. Even before I did, hey, we're going to do everything for the year. When I would film with clients and it was, hey, we need a video, a commercial, it would get to me and I'd say, no, we're setting up, say something. I mean, and this is before we were saying, okay, we're going to write a bunch of stuff in advance and we're going to plan this out so that we can walk away with 50 videos in the can. Okay, we're going to shoot your commercial. Keep talking, man. We got time. Let's go. The camera's set up. The lights are done. The audio sounds good. Now is your shot to get it on film. Because once you film it, you can push that to post. You could put it on a file somewhere and leave it alone. But it just doesn't make sense to do one at a time. If you're doing one video at a time, come on, do yourself a favor. Stop. Get more.
Well,
just do more.
Yeah. And I think once you get into a groove, it's like you can keep going, right? Because I think you do have to get into a groove as well. I can definitely relate it to photography.
You warm up and then suddenly it's like now you're firing on all cylinders. And what'll happen frequently is, okay, you're going to film a video. Well, by the time you've done 2 or 3 takes, now you're warmed up and now you're delivering. You get a good take and everything, you're shutting down. But that, again, it doesn't make sense. I mean, and even if you don't have a video planned, okay, here's a little bit of advice. Let's say you have a shoot coming up with somebody, okay, and you planned a video, okay. Go ahead and just make a couple of bullet points, okay, and just, okay, if you had to and you have no other option, right? Ideally, write it out and plan a 10-hour day and do a shoot, right? Do the day rate. That's the way. But if you had no other option and you've got a shoot booked already and you're going to go do this thing, make some bullet points. Make a few different introductions. Mm-hmm. Hey guys, Lucas Skylar Scott Studios. Today we're talking about video production. Today we're talking about audio. Today we're talking about marketing. Today we're right, a couple of different introductions, a couple of call to actions. Make sure to find me on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, right? We all know what it is. It just takes a second. Make some call to actions. Thanks for joining us. And then make a couple of bullet points of things that you can talk about. And then just deliver them in chunks. You'll have a bunch of intros on one clip. You'll have a bunch of outros in one clip with call to actions. You'll have a bunch of meat and potatoes. You can then cut that and mix it up, and it'll be you'll thank me. You'll thank me.
That is so true. And now the other thing that I absolutely love, and I'm thanking TikTok for this, is you don't have to have everything in one cut. A little jerk every once in a while, which I will say, you can't even see where Lucas cuts everything. I was shocked when I got my videos back. I was like, I don't think I said it in that order, but I couldn't tell because they just got it just right. But even a little, if you have to do it by yourself, right? Even a little jerk doesn't matter anymore.
They don't care. No. The expected level of production quality, which is why I was saying, do it on your phone. It's okay. The acceptable level of production quality is totally home video. I mean, you want to represent your brand well, okay? You don't want to just be like, bleh. But at the same time, if it's nothing or just do it. Absolutely. Up and down, right here, selfie style. This is a video for today, and be real. I'm learning how to make videos for my business. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I want to talk about something for a second. So let's take a look at this thing. And here's what's going on. And if you hate this video, well, I'm sorry. I'm just trying. It's okay. It's going to be okay. Right? And you'll get better. You'll get better. That's one way that I actually improved significantly in video production is I started vlogging myself. I was like, I'm going to vlog for 100 days. And I'm going to edit a video every single day. And I didn't complete it because it was so much work, right? But I improved so much by forcing myself to do it, right? Like get it done. That's actually an idea that I had for my BNI group. I'm in the Gateway chapter. And I was like, hey, this would be really cool. I haven't even pitched this to the group yet. I think I may have mentioned it to Dana. She's awesome. We talk a lot. But the idea was, okay, every week we're meeting. Why don't we get together a couple of people from the group and we can help each other make some short little TikToks just for fun. And when you have someone else there who's like doing the camera for you, it makes it easier to focus on what you're saying. It could be quick and easy. We're at Stars and Strikes, so there's already like cool lights and stuff around. We can make something fun. I don't know. I think it'd be fun. So like some kind of like video group or something. So
you segued into BNI a little bit. So what brought you to BNI? What made you decide to become a part of the organization?
Well, there's two different answers there. So what brought me to BNI was my neighbor, Nick Poppy. He runs Steadfast Tree Service. He's in my chapter.
I didn't realize you were neighbors.
Well, we used to be. He
Yeah.
actually moved this last year, but it's okay. His new spot's cool and he's not too far. But he brought me to BNI. We were doing the neighborly stand on the yard, two guys watching the whatever grass grow, and he was like, "Hey, he was really nonchalant about it. I'm sure everyone's had something like this experience. He's like, "Yeah, I gotta bring somebody to this thing I'm going to.
Do me a favor.
He's like, do me a solid and will you just check this thing out?" And this is back when I worked at the bank at Wells Fargo. I was selling merchant services, and I had just gotten the job. I had gotten a promotion. I was like, okay, I need to like sell this better and get in front of more people. So I was like, yeah, man, I got you. Let's do it. So I went, and it was, I guess, we're still like ramping, not really
Yes,
a fully
starting.
launched
The chapter was starting. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I went, and I get energy from people when I'm an extrovert, and I love networking and shaking hands. I'm big on it. Whatever. So I had and it was good. I was just shaking hands and meeting people, and I was like, this is perfect. Like, okay, great. What's the number? What's it going to take? Let's do it. Sign me up. So that's what kind of got me in to BNI. And then as I went to the meetings and spent time around the people in that chapter, and this is true, I think, for many BNI members, right? Maybe not everybody, but many of them. There was so much encouragement and positivity, and so I'm doing this job. I'm selling merchant services, which, if you sell merchant services, then not about you specifically, just take this for what it is. But the industry of merchant services, in my experience, it's
people don't love you. People don't love you in your merchant services. Or let me say this: people don't love merchant services, not you, but people don't love merchant services.
Yeah, it's notoriously filled with deceit, omission of information, and just terrible stuff. And I didn't really know that going in, and that's not who I am. I cannot operate that way. I sell from a point of transparency and honesty. And if I don't believe in something, I'm not doing it. I won't sell it. And that's how I sold merchant services. I was like, this industry is crazy. You are going to get messed up on this contract. Here it is. This is like, and I'm like, here's Wells Fargo's thing. Sorry. But I'll tell you all about the stuff. I promise I won't lie to you about any of it. And so it was really a painful position for me to be in, and I wanted to do something else. And yeah, working with, seeing the other members in the chapter, and all these people are like running businesses and like doing things and like taking risks, and it's working for them. I was like, I can do this. So I repositioned my seat to social media marketing, and I was like, I'm gonna market social media stuff, and I sort of started doing that. And what I realized really fast was, in order to market on social media, you have to have content. And nobody has. It's not like everyone just got like, oh, where's my content? It's in the drawer. No, it's not like that. People don't have it. It's got to be produced. And segue into video production. I was like, okay, this is it. This is good. And it was, just being around those people gave me the confidence to kind of step out, and I did.
I love a story like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I love a story like that, because just the people make you go, hey, I think I can do it. Like, I can do this, and then continue to cheer you on, right? I know you've got massive cheerleaders in your chapter.
Oh man.
And vice versa. You're a massive cheerleader.
And BNI is just like, I guess let me kick a dead horse, or let me just keep on pushing this message, right? Like, for me, not only was it like, okay, great, I have confidence because these are people that believe in me and they're encouraging, but they're now giving me a shot, right? Like, I'm going to make videos. So, do you want a video? Right? Like, I'm figuring it all out, and and fine. So I worked through, went through many growing pains. Even today, if you're looking from the outside in, thinking, man, he's got it all perfect, Lucas Scott's got it done. Not the case. I'm still building. I'm still building this out and figuring it out, and facing those challenges. But it was like, I guess, I don't know, you start rubbing shoulders with people, you start understanding your own message better, you understand your own offering, right? You like figure it out and kind of fine tune it, and suddenly, bam, it locks into place. And that's what's happened this last year. And I went from being a video guy hunting for opportunities, right? Spending most of my time like, I need to find someone who needs a video, to now I have a book of clients.
Yeah.
I'm booked.
Yeah.
It's not, I don't really take one-off projects. I don't do it. I mean, I guess we could if there's space, but there's really not right now. You know, I'm pushing it, and we're doing big productions. These are big productions. These are not like, here's $100, make a video for my business. These are real productions with crew and people and writers, and I have someone dealing with this, and I have someone dealing with that, and it's because of the feedback I got from people I was working with and serving in BNI. It's because of the accountability and support that I got. I mean, Dana Stone, Dana Stone, let me tell you, this lady has just been such a blessing in my life. She has just helped me to think about my business differently and position my business differently, and it's just on a whole new level, and it's great. It's wonderful.
Well, and that is, you made the transition, because in the beginning you would do one video, and then you realize the setup, back to what we were talking about before, the setup is so much, like what if, and then, you know, let's just work with somebody who wants a year's worth of content, you know, and let's
even before we got to that point where it was like, hey, no, we're going to do it all for the year. You know, I'd have people call me and say, we want a video, and I would say, okay, well, here's what it's going to cost for a video. Okay, and this is like, you know, let's here you go. It's live, and we're going to be transparent. It's going to cost $5,000, okay, to produce this one video, and that's because the day rate of production with these crew members, this equipment, this planning, this stuff costs this much. Post production costs this much. This is how it works, okay. But it's not going to, and we have a 10-hour day. That's our day rate for filming. Okay, it's not going to take us 10 hours to film what you're wanting to film. Okay, and so I could do. Here are my options as a business owner, video producer. Sure, you got it, $5,000. Pay the deposit, we'll be there. We film it in 2-3 hours. Okay, have a good day. Go cut it up, turn it in. Or B, do what I feel is the right thing. My customer is now paying for 10 hours of filming. That's a day rate. The best case scenario for them, whether they know it or not, is to film as much as possible in 10 hours. So how much can we film in 10 hours? And so I would sit on that call and say, look, I understand that you're getting a quote to make your video for $1,000, but I think we can make 15. So now your video, instead of being $1,000 for one video, it's actually only this much per video. And are you wanting a video for your website, one video, or are you wanting to use video to market your business? How long do you want to be in business? How long are you going to be using the content, right? So does it make sense to invest in your business and to produce content in a bigger way? And everyone I talked to said, that makes so much sense. And that was like, okay, well, let's see what we could do. How many can we film in an hour? How many can we film in 2 hours? My friend Kevin Fernandez, who I met in BNI, when I wrapped early with a client one day. We filmed all of their stuff, 3-4 hours, and I had a crew for like a half day, and I pay them for the day. I'm not going to cut my guys early. I'm going to pay them for the day. That's part of who I am, also my values. And I'm like, okay, what can we do? So I started calling people. Hey, you want to film something? Come on down. Hey, come on, come film something. We spent probably 2 hours filming with Kevin and wound up with a ton of content. I mean, like, I don't remember, 20 something videos. I mean, they weren't like these long 10-minute videos. They were short videos, maybe a minute, but they were good, and they were lit well, and they sounded good. And he had me there directing him, and he had a piece of paper with a bunch of handwritten bullet points. Like I was saying, I was like, just make some bullet points. He basically, I think he went and wrote down like favorite quotes. And I was like, okay, great. Bring me your favorite quotes. And he said, you know, if you can have whatever you want if you help enough people get what they want. And I was like, okay, great. We got that. Kevin, what does that mean to you? And we got a video out of it. You know what I mean? And so it's like, I don't know. Bulk production. Don't make a video. Stop. Make lots of videos.
The other piece too that I think is really key as well is if you have the intention of doing video and you're not doing it, it's also amazing accountability when you know a crew is showing up and is going to shoot video with you all day to get it going, right? They're going to show up whether you're ready or not.
Yeah, you paid the deposit. There's a reason for that, right? We're locking this in. we're locking it in. And I try to be flexible, you know, whenever there needs to be a little
But
bit of
it's
push
just
this way,
great. Like
that
I
way.
said, it's just great accountability for me to say, okay, like this is the day. It's going to be
Oh
done.
yeah.
Like, be
Well,
ready
and
for
you
it.
know, when we started first working together, right? The plan was, okay, I'll write some stuff and you'll write some stuff, and then you're going to film it and turn in the footage, and I'm going to do some editing, and that's fine. Okay, great. Like that's where I was at, and that's where you were at, and we didn't have footage, and we didn't have footage, and we didn't have footage because, hello, you're running around, you're running a business. It's not.
Yeah,
That's not.
absolutely.
Let me tell you, you're not the first person to have that conversation with where I'm like, hey, where's the footage? We need footage to edit. It's okay. You know, and it's part of that realization that put me where I'm at today, where I'm like, no, don't worry. I get that you want to, and that's fine. Film yourself doing whatever. That's okay. Put that out too, right? You should be producing your own content too, because it's good to show that side of yourself and also to practice and do that. And more content is better. But we're coming. We're coming to film you. You're going to get a production. You don't know what to write? You don't have to. We're writing for you, okay? And you get to approve everything, but we're going to take care of it all. We do it all. And it makes it so much better because then it gets done and it's really good.
Yeah. All right. So final thoughts. Anything that you want to say that you haven't had a chance to say yet on this so far? Either about your business or about BNI and your experience, which I loved what you said about your BNI experience. So there may be nothing.
I don't know. Let me just like see what comes. Let me see what percolates. What comes out. You know, I think that. Well, you know, I had met with your producers the other day, and like, here's what the live is going to be like, and it asked me what recommendation or what would I say to someone thinking about BNI, and so I think that what I would say is, you know, although BNI is one organization, each chapter is unique. That is that. Okay, there's no. I don't want to be unclear about this at all. And so I think the key to having a great BNI experience is finding the right chapter. That really is important because you know, you go. If everybody who went to one chapter one time never visited any other chapters, there would be lots of people that would not have ever joined BNI. But you go to different chapters and you find somebody there or some group of people or ideally a whole chapter that they inspire you. They help you open your mind up to opportunities and possibilities, and you know, you got to check them out. Visit multiple chapters, and keep it basic. Just keep it simple. Don't complicate. I do this in my life. I complicate things. Don't. BNI has like a roadmap. Just follow the roadmap. Do the power of one stuff. You know, just go through the motions of it, and always keep in your mind. Try to improve and try to be the giver's gain person. Like, how can I connect this person with someone who can help them and is mutually beneficial? If you do those things, it'll work. It worked for me anyway. So I don't know, you know.
No, I love it. Thank you so much, Lucas. Thank you so much for great content in terms of things that can actually help us as we're thinking about video for our business as well. And as always, love working with you. Absolutely love working with you.
Oh no, you're the best. No, it's you.
Awesome. So next week we are coming back with Cherry Howell. She is with Anytime Heating and Cooling. I can promise you next week we're only going to talk about BNI because BNI, Cherry is like the BNI queen. You think I represent BNI? Cherry probably represents BNI even more than I ever could. And I can't wait for all of you to have a chance to meet her. With that, I hope you have a great rest of your week.